Okay, I just defeated a boss. Now let's see. It was a piece of cake. Now that I have upgraded the webcams and upgraded the quadzi. Oh my god. Fucking.
Hostile spotted. Okay.
Another fucking point against this game is that you can teleport back to the beginning.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful.
I mean, I beat the fucking boss, so how tough can it already be? You can even stun this thing.
Don't let it intimidate
My
you.
turn. Bye bye.
I've got all the treasures in this area. Oh my god. Oh, it is another movable wall.
He snuck up on us.
My turn. Time to retreat. Jerks.
Leave it to me.
Impossible. My turn. We should retreat. They have us surrounded.
They should have a specialized
Let's keep
button
going.
for one because like it's annoying. In Tales game you just did the heavy battle and you set the battle to auto and then you
That looks like a tough
won't
one.
have to
Be
deal
careful.
with it's fucking bullshit and just enjoy the story more.
Seems dangerous.
Here we go.
Stay on your toes.
Let's keep moving.
You fucking cocksucker. Like, what the hell? Like, obviously this party is stronger than this thing, but they still need to do a suicide mission by like fucking trying to challenge me.
Oh, there's the exit.
We're finally there.
Spy treasure.
Old district. They came out to Ops district. This music kind of reminds me of Trails in the Sky, but even though I have not like finished that game, this is the capital.
Ooh, there's a photo.
Oh, that.
They suddenly have a voice now. It means this part's important.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old nag.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough.
What? I thought that was his wife.
She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Our family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
She died around 6 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I see. And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
I'm guessing that's the reason, I think.
So... I never really planned on telling anyone about this, but considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks. Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through, but my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government. My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me, and a real daughter to my father. I was always so proud of her. As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about, until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall, though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. The heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day, and eventually the two of them fell in love and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words, but even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne, proposed an arranged marriage on short notice. And the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. They began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. They made her life a living hell. Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father, but all that time she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life.
Oh, shoot off herself. Truthfully, I can't really respect anyone that does that, but it's if she has mental illness, then it is kind of reasonable, but then at the same time, that's her own choice. It's pretty disturbing.
It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened.
But then again, at least she I think did got a temporary happiness, I think.
It seems that at the very last, he had chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, he said. I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdall. And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating nobles?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. Anyone. First I blamed her fiancé, then his family, and the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes. I desperately wanted the strength to win against them. To show how right I was. How wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
But like, if you are born as Carmen, then it is like pretty inferior. Like, there's nothing wrong with like.
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals.
Yes, but like some individuals are cocksuckers, like dessert and sucker, fuck.
Sis's fiancé was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect.
Well, why that is true. From what I've seen from this game, they seem to be more cocksuckers in the nobles. However, Patriot is kind of like also funny.
Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion, but getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with yourself. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm.
Palm stand for something, a dido or something. Maybe a real thing.
He's mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part! He does it without thinking!
It actually chooses more annoying, can be more annoying than Pavin. I forgot what his name's. Patriot.
Well, that was a good coffee break, wouldn't you say?
Oh. S-Quack, we can now use S-Quack. I think about what he said, like both, of course, like both commoners and nobles can be cocksuckers, but like at the same time, like at least like you feel like commoners are already like getting fucked like very bad, so you can take comfort in that. But if for noble cocksuckers, then they are a bit more like difficult to deal with. So yeah. How come he knows his phone number? Okay, it's time to go. We have finished with this town. Let's visit the next town and see what's in store in the next town. Oh. There's still some quests here. Let's see. Like every time this fucking nonsensical side quest show up, it brings the game rating of the game down a bit. Like every time this happens. Oh my god. What the fuck are you even supposed to do? That's not what I want. Fucking. This keeps getting in the way. The battle. Let's see which shithole. I'm not doing any of this. Fuck that. This are optional. The main quests feel like side quests now, so there's no need to do any actual side quests. Fuck that. Where is the next story point? Let's see. Now where the fuck is it? I can't with this fucking game. I'm going to return it. Fuck. It is pissing me a bit off. Like, my blood pressure rises a bit like every time this kind of bullshit quests come up. Let's see what chapter we are in now. It's still chapter 4. Now the walkthrough doesn't even seem to cover this. I don't know why it doesn't cover.
All right.
Okay. Go here, the walkthrough says, and then you have to. The no markers here, but you have to examine the statue. See what you have to do next. Who knows how to do this without a walkthrough? It's impossible. There are no markers anywhere. This building.
There's so many butterflies.
I fucking walked into this
It really
dude.
gives the place an exotic touch, huh?
Just now he should like give money to. Yeah. It's like hookers of service.
This park is so peaceful, it's easy to forget we're in the capital.
We could take a nap here.
No,
Yeah, people love to come here
What?
to relax.
wait. How do I continue the story? Like, there's no
Ooh,
way
this
to
looks like a
continue.
good spot.
Yeah, fuck that. Oh, this inside. It is on a bench. You have to examine a bench. Who knows how to do that without a walkthrough? Right? No one will know how to do that. Oh my god, I can't with this fucking game. Like, what the fit? Okay, this here. This person again. Most likely a pedophile. Okay. Q bench, second floor, table. Let's see. Okay. First try. Got it on first try. You have to examine the charm not chat charm. Oh, this one.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Rean?
Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh, could he actually be the threat?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you, Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What?
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
What spirited youths you are!
What? How did he do that?
A magician.
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I will be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
What does this have to do with the story again?
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
You might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
What? The fuck? No, this is not where I want to go. Fuck off. This is the new district. What's with this new emulation that's never happened before?
the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
I was wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but that alone was
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a...
Yeah.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances. I've heard that...
Princess.
A Finn, could that
seriously
be
never
the
heard of her? I know you're
brown
not
girl
from Airbonia,
in the
but
I saw in the Palace before?
To be fair,
Princess Elfin is the daughter of our reigning emperor. She's supposed to be as
Yeah, that
sweet
must
as an
be it.
angel. And
Is that...
I've had the opportunity.
I figured I've seen photographs of
sounds
Holy
like she is-
shit.
he's the
Oh, right. I think I've dark blonde.
oh, he said...
Why is it...
I've heard the it
Oh
seems
my
like a
god.
You made a big...
Yeah, I'd never...
I believe and
Oh!
You made it.
This dialogue would not be expected if they automatically change into the next dialogue instead of having to match X.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
were you able to finish up everything on your end too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Fuck, like, why the fuck would they do that? It's fucking
Well, some say
disgusting.
that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now. Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms. Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama
That-
party
that's
makes me
spice.
a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls
Party.
and
Let's
sleepovers
just
go together
let's
like
fun
jam and
party.
toast.
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost District. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Reen?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you, too. It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here? Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear, she could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? I hope you'll enjoy. Right this way.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you're like noble or common, as long as you're a chat.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here... Who did call...
Whoever they are, they must have considered.
Your Highness, I brought the guests.
What?
Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me...
Princess.
I knew it.
So sick.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class
Wait,
7.
another Loti.
My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all... Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside,
Let me go get something first.
it's been a long time. I'm
Like,
Aw, I was... But it...
Well, I...
Perhaps... Your Highness. But I...
Well, she seems lively.
and she seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard
Like,
plenty
literally
about
the
her, but
kindergarten
none of that
here,
prepared me
this.
for meeting her in...
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too. Please don't worry about me.
I don't like girls that put too
Well,
much
I still have
effort.
much to learn before I feel
I prefer
I've
the
been
more
blessed with wonderful
natural
friends.
ones.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elphin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you. Elise has told me... You're...
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Great. Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask.
I think that he's a bit too big for
Do you think I could join Elise in thinking
As
of you
in,
as
his
my
hand is
dear
too
brother
big.
as well?
to leave her.
What?
Your Highness!
What?
You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family.
What?
And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
My brother, does you mean like that chat? Yeah, forget it.
I couldn't possibly.
No comment.
I mean,
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little.
Yeah, been suck the things like.
Anyway, that aside, the reason I
Don't-
called you here today was
Don't
not
buy
to
what
talk with
I
me.
just said. I'm thinking of something else.
There is someone else who would like to meet you. Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh,
I apologize for
it's a pleasure to see you again.
Well, I trust everyone here.
Oh my god.
Who's this guy?
I'm not sure.
I serve
So
as a
much
music
cringe.
instructor
Can
in the
you
hallowed
imagine
halls
if
of this
like
fine
while
academic
you're
institution?
playing this game, someone else walk into the room, they would think you're like some fucking weirdo or something.
In truth, I am ever on the whose pulse would not.
Oh my fucking shut the fuck up. It's time to go.
I think that's
Yeah.
quite any more of that.
Is that
In. 'Tis I,
Who won?
Olivert Rice Arnold, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board.
the fuck?
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
So we got a chat and Stacy and Notice, and I think the cats should be
I have to
complete now.
admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness.
Not just any chat, but the chairman chat.
I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you. Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during
Liberl?
the incident that occurred there.
That's
correct?
where a choice in the sky happened.
Right. All I've
Took
done
place,
since I
I mean.
returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7 and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that. Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. And that was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness.
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7.
Now, Vin is literally cooking like every single person, NPC in the game, including the pins.
Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors.
In this game, it seems like the more blunt someone's here is, more gold someone's here is, the more likely they are to be imperial or noble.
As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Arena is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, and it's those three...
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day, you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the class. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebone?
Exactly what
Big sin.
experience...
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself.
She was known as the Purple Lightning.
Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Huh. Holy shit. Wow, he said wow, just missing the two letter in the end. Oh my god. Oh. This chapter is pretty long. It's still not ending it. Well, Avalanche in FF7 were also described as a terrorist group. So just because some group is labeled terrorist doesn't necessarily mean they're terrorists, you know. My finger literally melt into the controller, the X button, I think. So much tests. I was just joking earlier. My finger that melt into the bottom. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking ridiculous. More like the bottom has melted, but it has not do anything to my finger. Fuck this. What the fuck is going on? It is time to go. No voice acting. Total fucking bullshit.
Drinks are on me!
What? Some shitty shit. One thing is about to go down. Some swiftly thing.
The time is finally at hand. At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber.
Yeah!
Comrade G, all of the necessary preparations are complete.
But it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us. Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all.
Yeah!
Summer festival. There's even a summer festival in the city. Look at this shit. Holy shit. What the fuck? Why the fuck will you not make an automatic like skip conversation button into the game? Oh fuck. Let's see what this cocksucker have to say.
Woohoo! I'm on a roll! I can almost taste that grand prize.
Crow?
Ah, hey guys! How's that field study coming along?
Oh, it's going fine. But why are you here?
Oh, you don't know? Classes don't run back at the Academy during the summer festival. So I came here to squeeze as much fun as possible out of this fortuitous bit of free time.
Meaning?
The summer races, of course.
Wait, you came all the way here to bet money on horse racing? We're minors! We're not allowed to place bets!
Do I look like a lawbreaker to you? There's a magazine that's running a prize contest for the summer races. You send in your predictions, and if you're spot on, you win a really fancy prize.
So you came all the way to the capital just to check on that?
I think he's probably here to do something else.
If only we all had
Just
such
have,
boundless energy.
Hunch, because I played so many other
All right,
RPGs.
time for some serious praying to the goddess. I'll leave the money here, okay?
Thank you very much. Come back anytime.
Anyway, I'm heading over to the cathedral over the Song of Peace. Come on.
And that seems a rather pedestrian thing to pray for.
So irresponsible.
That's Crow for you.
Anyway, I think that's all there is to investigate on Banker Street. Time to move on to one of the other areas.
Oh my god. Get done.